Hello, beautiful people. It's a pleasure to have you here again. And as usual on this page, we deliberate on and review Bible stories. Common Bible stories, not so common Bible stories. But before I proceed, please do well to give this page a like, subscribe, share the stories, and spread the good news. So today, we'll be reviewing the story of Uzzah in the Bible. Yes, the Uzzah that tried to seize the Ark of Covenant by touching it when it was in transit, and then God struck him right there and then to death. Now, let's take some notes on Uzzah. Uzzah was a Levite. Yes, he was a Levite. I mean, if he was not a Levite, he wouldn't be there to begin with. So he was a Levite. And now, you know the direct children of Levi were Gershom, Merari, and Kohath, who now became the generational fathers of the children of Levi. Every child of Levi, you are either a Gershomite, a Merarite, or a Kohath. Now, Uzzah, our topic today, was a Merarite. That means he was a descendant of Merari, a child of Levi. Another thing to note, Uzzah was one of the sons of Aminadab from Kiriath Jearim. Now, Kiriath Jearim was where the Ark of Covenant was for about 20 years before David, according to the book of 1 Chronicles 13:3, said they should bring the Ark of Covenant back. Now, let's take a little backstory on how the Ark of Covenant traveled and got to the house of Aminadab in Kiriath Jearim. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Remember the time that the Israelites went to battle with the Philistines during the time of Eli, where Eli lost his two children, Phinehas and Hophni. After the defeat, the Philistines carried the Ark of Covenant with them, and as the Bible recorded, the Ark of Covenant tormented them, so they had to send it back with some offerings. So when they sent it back, it landed at first in Beth-Shemesh. For some reason, they had to now call the people of Kiriath Jearim to come and carry the Ark of Covenant because they had lost so many lives. And that was because they opened the Ark of Covenant to see what was inside. So many lives were lost as a result of that. Afterwards, they now called the people of Kiriath Jearim that the Ark of Covenant is here, they should come and carry it. So that was how the Ark of Covenant landed in Aminadab's house in Kiriath Jearim for 20 years. It was there for 20 years. Now, the first son of Aminadab, who was Eleazar, was the one that was chosen to be in charge of the ark. So now, Eleazar was the oldest son of Aminadab, and his other siblings were Uzzah and Ahio. So the Ark of Covenant was there in their household in Kiriath Jearim for 20 years until David came. According to 1 Chronicles 13:3, he called the priests, the Levites, he called everyone that needed to be called, the assembly of Israel, and he said, "Let us bring the ark of our God back to us, for we have not inquired at it since the days of Saul." So now David said, okay, it's been in Kiriath Jearim, let's find a way to bring it back. So that was how the Ark of Covenant went in transit. So what happened when they wanted to transport it? According to the book of 2 Samuel chapter 6, they set the Ark of God, which is the Ark of Covenant, on a new cart. Now the new cart was controlled by the oxen, the way it used to be in those days. So they made a new cart and put the Ark of Covenant, the Ark of God, inside for transportation. They were jubilating, they were happy. The Bible says in 2 Samuel 6 verse 6, when they came to Nachos threshing floor, Uzzah put out his hand to the Ark of God and took hold of it, for the oxen stumbled. The zeal Uzzah had made him, quickly try to support the ark so it won't fall down. And that simple, singular act made God strike him right there and then, and he died. And the Bible recorded that David was angry. In fact, it was fearful. And then it decided that the Ark of Covenant will no longer be able to come to the city of David. So that was how the Ark of Covenant again landed in the house of Obed-Edom and was there for 3 good months. Now, in the space of 3 months, the Bible recorded that the Lord blessed the house of Obed-Edom. And the news got to David that the Lord had blessed the house of Obed-Edom. So he said, okay, perhaps, God was no more upset with them. So they decided, okay, let's now move the Ark of God again. So now, this time they tried to move it back. These are a few things they did differently. According to 2 Samuel 6:13, the Bible says, "And so it was, when those bearing the ark of the Lord had gone 6 paces, that he sacrificed oxen and fatted sheep." This is one thing he did differently this time around. Another thing that I want us to note in this same verse, 2 Samuel 6:13, is that, "And so it was, when those bearing the ark," that means at this time around, they no longer used a cart to transport the ark of God, but actual people. That's number 2. Another thing they did differently, number 3, during the time of Moses, he gave instruction as regarding the ark of God, how we should be treated, how we should be transported. If we open our Bibles to Exodus chapter 25:13-14, "And you shall make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. You shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, that the ark may be carried by them, because no one would touch the ark of covenant and live. They would only carry it by those poles." So that was one thing they did wrong the first time. The ark of covenant was on a cart. They were not carrying it by the pole. So when the oxen stumbled, the zeal to ensure that the ark of covenant did not fall down, Uzzah stretched his hand and held onto the ark of covenant. He touched it, which was not supposed to be. That was why God instructed Moses to put the 2 long acacia poles by the sides of the ark of covenant, and this would be the only way to transport the ark of covenant. This is a story that I just needed to put out there, because for a very, very long time, I would wonder, Uzzah was only trying to help. I mean, he was so zealous about the things of God, and why did he have to die instantly? Why did that have to happen to him? But God will not change the standard for anybody. There were instructions, there were ways for things to be done. And in the Old Testament, to avoid death, to avoid anything, they lived strictly by the rules of God. So this was what Uzzah did wrong. He touched with his bare hands the Ark of Covenant, and that was why he died. And so that was why the second time they needed to move the Ark of God from Obed-Edom's house to the city of David. They took precautions. David made sacrifices. This time around, they carried it the way they were supposed to carry it, in addition to David's sacrifice and every other thing. I used to think the punishments for Uzzah's mistake was too much, but then again, God is a God of standards. So let me know what you think. My comment section is open. Let's rub minds together. Let's review it. It can be found in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 6. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.